As far as the challenges of COVID and the pitfalls in public health right now, the first one obviously was getting to protective gear, right? So I don't think people really realize the challenges and, more importantly, the corruption of the black markets. And so that was clearly exposed, and that was quickly acted upon by federal and local officials to at least send a warning out that, this is not the place or time to be making profits and putting profits ahead of people.
The personal protective equipment needed on the front lines of the coronavirus fight are in shortage seemingly everywhere. Everywhere except the black market, where Dr. Alexander Salerno discovered hoarders selling supplies at an 800% markup.
They open up the warehouse and you see pallets upon pallets of equipments, gowns, N95 masks, Purell hand sanitizers, Clorox wipes. It's insane.
Today, after News 4 first reported his story, the doctor says the FBI met with him at the East Orange office, where his family has practiced medicine for nearly 80 years. He walked the feds through every wiretap and warehouse.
And I'm sure now they're going to hear this, and these people are going to be, God knows, freaking out, but they should be, because this is not a time to put greed in front of people.
Dr. Salerno says he paid over $17,000 for PPE to protect his staff from coronavirus. The FBI says he's not alone. The agency actively pursuing hoarders and price gougers.
It's a top priority for Department of Justice and the FBI working to stop these scams.
It's welcome news, but Dr. Salerno has no time to dwell on it. His staff works around the clock testing for coronavirus, facing another urgent problem.
There are no swabs.
He has just 20 testing kits left and says time is running out to improve testing in New Jersey.
New Jersey probably has as many cases as New York, but we don't have test kits. So I think in that way, media did an amazing job, and really there was a synergy between all the different sectors, media, law enforcement, and the healthcare folks, to try to really say that's not going to be tolerated. I think the importance too of wearing masks and social distancing and being more cognizant of not just what's around you but of yourself and the way you carry yourself has been a tremendous message that has been resonating well as a result of media. And I think testing and the importance of testing. We were a little bit flat-footed out of the gate on testing, but we definitely have ramped it up. I think most recently it's been about 3 million Americans tested. We have a long way to go, especially if we want to do better tracing and better data banks and really know who needs to be isolated when or if phase 2 happens, while those that fortunately have antibodies may be a little bit safer to move around. I think being locked up for 3 months, in cabin fever, for lack of better words, we kind of overshot it with the bars and the restaurants. And so I think that's part of the reason why we've had this kind of outbreak, especially when you look that it's mostly affecting 35-year-olds and under. So we have to slow it down a little bit as we try to resume normalcy. We still have to realize that COVID is, out there, and being in bars or even 50 people on a 1-block sidewalk in Manhattan is probably not the right transition and the right kind of median to go from nothing to everything. Probably more with all the talk about masks right now. I still don't think people wearing masks the right way and handling them the right way. And I think really everyone should just, now that we hopefully do not have a national shortage, I think the 3-ply disposable masks are a better way to go, because we can just chuck them at the end of the use. Whereas the cloth masks, they really need to be properly cleaned, properly stored, properly taken on, properly taken off. And nobody's doing that. I just walk around, like even this weekend I was walking around, I was in Hudson Valley, New York, and just seeing how people were wearing masks and taking them on and off, I was just like cringing, So I think the 3-ply mask, because they're disposable, it's easy, you don't have to deal with stuff, you just, you toss them like toilet paper, So masks should be treated like toilet paper, disposable, one use only.